All right, there we go. All right, so I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to jump on, and while we're waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and conceal my eyes because, as usual, they look like crap. And I should probably hide all this blackness on my eyes before I go live, but I didn't think about it. I'm going to have a 10-year-old little Cordelia running in here in a little bit. And so I'm going to try and do this pretty fast. I'm going to be coming on more often to do specific tutorials. The one today is something that I really like to do, and that is, instead of putting using like a contouring kit or a bronzing kit or anything like that, I'm actually going to contour my face just using the foundations that we have with Limelight. And I love it. It's super cool. It's super clean. And once you use the setting spray or the oil strike, whichever one you prefer, it comes out really nice. And it's actually the way like the Kardashians and a lot of reality stars. I know some people who do makeup for Bravo and E, and it's the way almost all the celebrities get their makeup done. So right now, if you're joining me, to kill time, I'm just going to take away the darkness of my eyes. Hopefully that will go away with time. I had it gone, but then, of course, with the passing of my father, I don't sleep very much. The swelling has gone down in my cheeks a little bit. I'm taking my Humira for my lupus and rheumatoid arthritis. So some days you'll see me and my face will be super red and like somebody stung me with something that I was allergic to, and other days I'll be completely fine. That's just the lupus. So I just used concealer number 2 on my eyes just because I needed a lot of coverage to cover up the black that was there. And then so this is concealer number 2. I'm going to use this one that has more of a green and yellow hue to do up here and just a little bit right here. And the reason I'm going to do that is because green and yellow cover up the redness that's here. And I just use my finger. I just got done sanitizing all my brushes. And y'all, that's super important, especially if you're like me and you do makeup on other people. And I like to use the disposable brushes and stuff. And it's a good comparison if you show them, hey, this brush is for, where is my angled brush? Here we go. So this is an angled contouring brush. You can use it for that, but it's a blush brush. And you drag up and you can drag down, whichever way you want it. But this is an angled blush brush. I buy the really cheap disposable ones for when I'm doing other people so that I can compare them to our Limelight products or the botanical products that I choose to use. Because there is a huge difference if you're rubbing your skin with something super hard like my foundation brush. This thing, if you're using foundation brushes or your blending brush, these brushes shouldn't be hard and like hurting your face. But if you buy really cheap ones, you'll find that they are hard, they hurt your face, they don't move the makeup around very smoothly. So I like to use them as parties just to compare, and so people can see that I'm not just like, hey, buy our stuff, we're cool. we're hip, we're eco-friendly. I do it just to show them the comparison and that they do have a choice. So I'm just doing the T-spots, and I like to take the one and go right over my eyebrow. I'm going to start doing this before I get on here so y'all don't have to watch this every single time. And I just go right over the eyebrow, primarily because chemo did take away a lot of my eyebrows and a lot of my hair as well. But I have a trick that I'm going to show y'all. And then I'm going to go just under. But I have a trick. If any of you ladies have thinning hair or have gone through chemo or radiation or anything like that, even my methotrexate that I have to take for my rheumatoid arthritis, I take such a high dose of it, my hair still falls out in chunks. But I choose not to shave my head because I choose to be in control. And I pray a lot, and I take a shitload, sorry, no other way to put it, truckload maybe, of vitamins. So I do have patches in my hair, but I do my hair in a way that it makes it look like it's full. But I use a lot of eyeshadows, and I'll show you how to do that. So, right now, all I've done is I've put the concealer. Our concealer already has primer on it, so my eyes are ready to go. And since I put it so far down here, and I put it up here, I'm not going to use the setting spray. I mean, not the setting spray, the primer spray. The primer spray I use when I'm using less concealer. And it's amazing. And can we see it? Oh my gosh, yay, for the first time ever. But I keep it handy because I do use it a lot. More so if I'm going out at night and I'm not wearing so much concealer. But today, we're going to keep it light, keep it quick, and just move on. So today's tutorial is going to be on how to contour your face with just your foundations. The reason that I'm doing this is because it's my personal favorite way to contour. It lasts a lot longer, and because Limelight specifically has the botanical foundation, it's not going into your pores and it just rests on top of your skin. You can do a million things with these products and they last forever. They last 12, 14, 16 hours. One of our upline leaders the other day said she accidentally was just so tired she fell asleep with all of her makeup on and woke up and all of her makeup was still on and intact. But we're gonna get started. So I usually wear a Shinto 1, and let me find Shinto 1. So this is Shinto 1. I've had it for just over 6 months, so I'll probably have it for another 2 months or so. They last forever. And for $32 to buy a foundation that lasts you 6 or 7 months is insane. But this is the color that matches me. That's Shinto 1. And we're going to use a little bit of that. But first we're going to use Shinto 2. And I'm also going to use a little bit of this ivory. Now the light makes it look, no, there we go. This ivory is super light. And I'm going to show you how to contour without using your bronzers and all of that fun stuff. And I actually prefer to do it this way. So for this, I'm going to need my blender full because I don't want it to be a translucent look. I want it to be noticed. So I'm going to take my blender full. I'm going to take my darker Shinto 2. And I just dab in there. Get enough on there And this is where I want the darker part to be. So, and we're gonna put some more. And you just do it till it's dark enough for you. And you can play around with the colors. But I'm going to show you how Hollywood and how I would do your makeup. You would look like an Aztec warrior before you started blending anything. And that is exactly what all of your housewives look like, what all of your anybody that you watch on TV that is highly contoured or anything, most of them, 90% of them, are using foundation to contour. So keep that in mind. And so I'm going to, even though I have a small forehead, we want to make it appear a little bit smaller. So, and you can make this as thick, as thin as you want. There's one of those spots. I had a lump taken away from there that was on my brain. I'll show you how I cover all of that as we go along. But right now we're going to make, and we're going to let this connect. And we're just going to lighten that up some. We're going to bring it down. The next part that we're going to do is connect this and make this 3, and it's just going to go right along the jawline. And for those of you just joining, I am doing a tutorial on how to contour your face with just foundation. I know, ladies, if you're anything like me or my daughter, you have all of these different colors of foundations that you've tried. It's something that you were trying to look for and it didn't really work for you. All these different things. And if you actually go through and see all the different shades, especially after summertime, because so many people get sun-kissed, and I'm going to do the contouring on my nose, but I'm still doing it with the foundation. You turn all these different shades during the summertime. So you have to buy makeup all the time during the summer. So in the fall is when you can actually really start using those foundations. And all I'm doing is dabbing here. Y'all have any questions? You can really just bust out all those colors and start playing with them and stop buying all these contouring kits and this and that. Use what you have. Just use what you have. I always put a little there. I have a little bitty cute button nose all the time. It doesn't go anywhere. But I still like to contour my nose just because I like the way it looks. Alright, so I have, let me turn this on. Yeah. Okay, so you can see me better. So I have all of the contouring parts with the brown that I would use. And now I'm going to go through, and this is where I get very warrior looking. Where's my clean off? Always clean your brushes and sanitize them, especially if you're working on people. I really like to use just disposable brushes. Some people find that it's not that professional looking, and maybe it's not, but as long as they see that you're sanitizing your brushes, this is a sanitation wipe, or I also use the spray, then they know that you know what you're doing and they feel more comfortable. So my original shade is Shinto 1, which I have not used. This is Shinto 2, and I'm not going to use the Shinto 1 yet. I'm going to use the Ivory, which is going to look, it's going to look super Casper-like on me, but that's what I want. So for that, I'm going to use this brush here, and I'm gonna do all the parts that I want super alive. And I always drag it out to where it meets. And the cool thing about once we set our makeup using Limelight, the foundations and the concealers, they don't crease under your eye, which is amazing. And I always like to go right here to the apple of my cheek with the white, because like I said, losing a family member is something that I can't even describe until you go through it, and I'm here for you if and when you have to go through that. It's something I can't describe. Needless to say, I don't sleep very much, so my eyes have become very, very black, which sucks because I had just gotten them right where I wanted them. And we're gonna come right here and we'll make a T. Still using just foundation for contouring today. And I just make that T come over midway on my brows, just go midway. And come down some. And then I'm gonna take it on its edge just like this. And we're gonna come straight down my nose. Straight down. And then I just like to put a little on the edges. Straight down. We're gonna do the same thing right here. And same thing right here. You can see where I have so many holes in my face. I used to be pierced out. Then my kids started tearing them out, so I was like, oh, hell no. All right, and we're gonna go right here. So we have white, brown contour, and we're gonna go right in the middle of where this contour and the jawline contour. So this is right above your jawbone or line, mandible for those of us who are medical scientists. And we go right in the middle of the two. Make sure you drag it all the way. And you can even do what I do. I actually like to start at the top and come down, and then I go back the other way to make sure that it's perfect. And then we're gonna do a little right here. And a little right here. So everywhere you don't want brown contour, you're going to look like this. So, actually I need a little bit more Shinto on my jaw. So if you're looking like an Aztec warrior when you're doing this, you are doing it right. And I know that you can go on YouTube or Google and you'll find pictures of how this is done. But I decided, since it's one of my favorite ways to put on makeup, that I would go ahead and show y'all how I do that today. And it looks more natural. We have botanical foundations, which is awesome. And once you put the primer on there, or if you choose to use the oil strike, which I am fascinated with and love, it just goes all together. So now I'm going to get my blending brush. I use this one. I love it. It's animal free, and I just like the way it goes. And this brush is a little damp because I was cleaning it, but also because when I'm gonna do contouring with just foundation, I want it to look more natural. Oh, there's one more thing I'm forgetting. When I look at my face, I can see if my warrior face is missing something. I forgot to put my lines right here. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to take the lining brush, and we got the sides here. Nope. I'm going to take the blending brush. I mean, you have to bear with me. Sometimes I say things so backwards. All right. We're going to take our blending brush and we're going to start from the bottom. And we're just going to not try to blend them together just yet, but we're just going to try and blend. We're not going to try, we are going to. We're just going to blend these in to our skin. So I prefer to start with the browns. Again, if you haven't figured out why we put brown on the top of our foreheads, it's to make, it gives us a nice glow, but it also makes it appear that we have a smaller head, forehead that is. And I'm just going to work that 3. And in between here, I use the same brush. Just on the side, so it's going to leave me with a little white nose, like Rudolph, but with white. And then I'm going to do the other side. And the reason I prefer this way is because our Perfect Bronzer is amazing. All of our products are amazing. I haven't found one product that I absolutely just don't like. And I'm not one to blow smoke up your butts. The reason I prefer to do it this way is because when I wear makeup, I just really need it to stay for a very long period of time. And this way, it doesn't look cakey. Everything flows nicely. And I can spray it and it'll stay looking beautiful for hours. And this is when I want the glossy look. So when I did my face, I took a shower this morning, used my Dream Clean, put on my Skin Therapist. Tomorrow I'll do my skin polish. Alright, so all of that's blended, and I need to add some more white for what I'm doing next. And let me wipe this off. But after that, I put my Skin Therapist to moisturize, and I do moisturize my lips constantly with actual moisturizer. And then I came in here, and before I started, I put my Must Do on. And for me, if I want my face to stay glossy looking and not so matte, then that's why I am using the foundation. It comes out different. It looks professional. I just love the way it looks. Ever since I learned to do it, I've been obsessed with it. And I have so much old foundation laying around, like when I used to use MAC and Lancome and Estee Lauder. I had so many different colors of foundation laying around, and I would just watch these videos and I just fell in love with the idea of contouring using what you already have. So now I've cleaned my brush, but y'all can watch me. I'm going to rub all that Shinto 2 off. And now we're going to go back. I always rub it on my hand. Now we're going to go back and we're just going to blend it all together. always use, I personally use circle motions just so you don't have any strict broad lines. Nobody wants to look like they just drew lines on their face. And this, using the foundations, I know you can definitely see on the cheeks already. And once I start coming up here, it's going to give you a no makeup kind of look. And I know it seems like it's a lot of stuff to do when you could just use your bronzer and you can just use whatever you got and just throw some powder on. But if you really like makeup the way I do, and you want things to flow nicely, now that looks like I've already put my contour on. This side of the face already looks like I've got my contour on. I'm going to show y'all how I cover up where I had my surgery, and then I'll let my hair down. But everything stayed in place, and I'll bring you closer. So, I don't look like an Aztec warrior anymore, thank God. And everything is in its place. And my eyes, they're wider because I put the lighter concealer on there so that they're already primed and they're ready for me to start mixing it up. So, I can put my blender full away, and it goes in its cute little mesh bag so that it can dry. Today I did use it wet. Oh, crap. Hold on. Alright, we got you. So the mesh bag is awesome because it lets it breathe and it doesn't collect any bacteria or anything like that. Now I'm going to clean these brushes. And so all my Aztec warrior stuff, all of my bronzing, everything getting away from my double chin if I hold this up straight. Alright, everything is gone. And that is all done by foundation. My face is glowing due to the must-do that I put on beforehand. And I also like to leave a little must-do on my hands. My hand I use as a palette a lot, especially if I'm going out somewhere or I want to look fresh and clean and not like I have all these chemicals caked onto my face. Then I just use... Watch is funny. I leave a little must-do right here and I blend the foundation with it. But today, I just put the foundation on before I went live with y'all and showed y'all my Aztec warrior. And now we're going to move on. So, the eyes are still super white, which is good because I'm used to seeing them black. And we're going to do a little work on the eyes with... Christina Hernandez. By the way, if y'all don't follow her, follow her. She is amazing. I can't say enough about this woman. So I'm going to do something that I learned from her using one of our new liners. This is lip liner number 6. Can you see that? Heck no. Anyways, it's lip liner number 6. It's from our new holiday collection, and it is grape. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to kind of turn, well, not kind of, I am going to turn this into a blush, an eyeshadow, an eyeliner, and then ultimately finish my lips with it. Before I do that, I just recognized I need to do my eyebrows. Lord have mercy. So, let me just get the big palette. I don't want to pull out Onyx right now. Right, so on this big thing, I just use black because that's what color my eyebrows are. And when I'm doing my eyebrows, oh Jesus. Tell I just got out the shower. I like to brush them. I'm waiting on my tamer. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I just like to brush them up, and you'll see that I have a lot of spots where hair will probably never grow back. I pray every night though, it's probably the first thing I pray for. My health and Can I please have my eyebrows back? Because that would be really awesome. So then I take this little bitty brush. There we go. And I just make nice little strokes. And I usually start in the middle so that I don't look like I just jabbed my eyebrow with a Sharpie. Because most of the product is going to come off the first place you put it. And I just build along what I already have in little nice strokes, so it looks like it's hair, but it's really not. And then I just come in here and just fill in what I already have. And then on the sides, same thing. So these are all just little hair strokes that I'm making. All right, so that's one side. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all before I did this eye. This brush, I sprayed it with my 10 years younger priming spray. And I do that just so it stays longer and it looks more natural. So somebody had asked me, they saw me spraying in a video the other day and I forgot to mention, because it's just habit for me. And sometimes, if y'all have questions, if y'all have any questions about anything I'm doing right now, or if you go back and watch replays of the videos and you want to know why or how I did something, please let me know. I'm doing 2 one-on-one makeovers this Sunday and I'm super excited. But I have different techniques that I'm learning from a lot of the people in what's called my upline, which are the people that are above me that are just superb at what they do and have definitely earned their reputation and their notoriety in this field. I mix it together with wine, makeup and wine, and we have a great time. And so my eyebrows are done. I use this just to fluff what I have out some more. And that's done. So now we're going to move on to how do we use eyeliner for every single thing on my face besides my my contouring. And that is, we're going to take a piece of paper. I'm out of wax paper right now, so I'm going to use regular paper, and I did try it before it came on, and it works just the same. So if you have any parchment paper, makeup artists usually use wax paper. You can grab, where's my owl notebook? Here we go. You can grab any paper you'd like, but I, for one, am going to use just a regular sheet of paper. And once you get into this industry and you start working on other people, you're going to want to have your wax paper or your mixing trays just to keep track of what you're putting on the person that you're working on. So that if they're like, hey, I really like your work, like what colors did you do? How can I get this look at home? What do I need to buy? You have a list. So on this side, I'll make all the color palettes that I want to do. And then I will have, you know, Suzy Q, I used Shinto 2 for bronzer, I used Ivory for the rest of it. And then at the end, I'm going to come over and I'm going to use Shinto 1. I didn't use any bronzer on her, and I used concealer 2 and 1 on her eyes, so forth and so on. So that's all the stuff that I'm doing to my face. And then you just have something to present to her that is, you know, hey, this is what you need to order. I'm not pressuring you to order it right now, but if you want this same look, this is how you get it. So what I'm going to do is, this is my Shinto 1. I'm going to dig a little out like I've done there before. And just a little. Because this stuff, again, if you haven't heard me say it 500 times, let's go for 501. This stuff is 50% pigmented, which means a little bit goes a very long way. Like I said, I've had this palette, my custom palette with my foundation that I wear every single day, with the exception of Sunday. So we're talking 6 days a week. And I'm still going to have that same palette for another couple of months. So I'm just wiping it all over the paper. Now, our lip liners are super creamy. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take number 6. And let me see if I can do it in front of you. I'm just going to take number 6 and I'm going to rub it into the foundation. And I'm going to do it here because I can do it faster and it's easier, instead of trying to do it in the air. And this stuff dries kind of fast, so you need to have in your mind or have practice before you get to where you're going with whoever you're going to be working on, and have it ready to go, because it does dry fast. Not so much on the wax paper, but on like normal paper, or if you're using parchment paper, which I absolutely adore using parchment paper. You just kind of want to be ready for it because it's going to dry fast. So, this was a lip liner, our new lip liner. Now I'm going to put it on my eyebrow. I mean, not my eyebrow, crap. Eyelids. Again, this is one of our new lip liners. And when you come to Limelight, like in the beginning, I was like, oh my God, how am I ever going to afford all of these different products? And people have asked me that know how many deceased family members I've had in just the past, 40 days or so. I've lost 7 family members at that time, and in that time period. And people are like, with all the funerals that you're paying for, how do you have money to do this and this and this? Well, the easy answer is I don't use my own money to purchase these products. I earn money from my commission from when people buy from me. The commission is 35%, and I use my commission every month to purchase stuff that I need, and that's how that works. And so right there we have a nice base for our eyes. Again, I used a lip liner and some foundation, so it's going to be a little creamy. It keeps the creaminess from the botanical foundation, and I'm just going to take some of that and I'm going to put it right under my eye. And I love watching Christina Hernandez because she is all about playing with the colors. And I have learned so much by watching her. And I would have never thought in a million years to take my nice little lip liner, and turn it into this. And so the next thing I'm going to do, almost out of battery. So the next thing I'm going to do, since we've used a lot of this, is I'm going to put just a little bit more. And I'm going to use it, take it off, put it on. Cordelia, can you bring me my phone charger, please? I don't think that girl can hear me. Cordelia. There she comes. I'm sorry, babe. Can you bring me my phone charger, please? Alright, so I've made some more. I'm just gonna... Where's my sanitizing napkin? And I'm just gonna take the sanitizing napkin and wipe this off because you don't want people to be telling you, oh my gosh, your eyes look so great, but why do you have such a big sty in your eye? Hey, 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 I'm live, thank you. Alright, so, close the door, please. So, I've made some more, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to use this and I'm gonna put it on the apples of my cheeks. And then I'll go back and blend it out because I don't like my cheeks to be so bold. And that's what's cool about mixing the liner with the botanical foundations that we have, because you can blend them forever. Until you put that setting spray on there, you can move this makeup around anywhere you would like. And that's another thing. If I was to use my Perfect Bronzer, the powder, and, you know, go back and try to move it around, I just have to keep building. You just keep building and building and building, whereas my whole entire face I've contoured with foundation so that I can go back in with my blending brush and just use that same color, again, still the lip liner, and just blend it in. And now my my lip liner will soon match my cheeks and my eyes. So I'm not done with my eyes just yet. I am actually going to take the liner, number 6, and I'm gonna actually put it on the top of my lid. We're gonna wing it out just a little. All right. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to this side. Out without blinking. Gonna wing that out just a little. All right. So we have the lip liner that I've created, eyeshadow, blush, and now eyeliner with. And now I am going to take one of the other lip liner colors, which is my favorite, and it is Enduring Lip Color number 7. It is called Cabernet, and I absolutely adore it. Thank you. I absolutely adore it. And I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to mix it with ivory because of what I want to use it for. So I'm going to take ivory and I'm just going to dig just that much out. It's not even all the way on the brush. Just dig a little out. I'm on the same piece of paper that I'm using. And I'm just going to wipe that on there. Alright, so it looks like a hot mess whenever you're doing it. If that's what it looks like, you're doing it right. I'm going to open up Cabernet, and I'm going to make a different color. And this is going to be a very light wine color because I used the lighter foundation. And I just love playing with the colors and watching my mentors and their videos. I'm just like blown away. I'm like, wow. Thought it was just a damn Enduring lip liner, and come to find out I could do my whole face with it. Alright, so again, make sure that you're cleaning your products whenever you're done. We don't want any bacteria getting around and me coming on here with a big old sty in my eye. So, Go put it back. So the next thing we're gonna do, so we have the dark color up here, because I used Shinto 2, and down here I used ivory, so I have a little bit more of a lighter color. And I'm just going to ask my dog to stop pitter-pattering. I'm just going to go in with this lip liner color that I've made, and I'm gonna go right on top in the crease with this new color that I've made. Again, if you're just joining me, I am taking all of our new enduring lip liners, and that is what I am using to put my makeup on today. I'm turning them into shadows by mixing them with our botanical foundations. Alright, so I have number 7 on the top, and I have number 6 on the bottom. Number 6 is what I lined my eyes with, but I'm going to go back and I'm going to put black, even not on top, not directly onto the liner that I already have. I'm going to put the black on top of the liner. So the purple will be on the bottom and the black will be on the top. And we have a little bit of that left. And I'm just going to go up here, kind of like a highlighter. Blend that in. All right. That's that. And so I've used foundation and 2 lip liners, and that's all the color that I have on my face. So y'all, these products are so versatile, it blows my mind. And one thing I am going to do, well, my kids just came in here and threw all the mail on here. One thing I am going to do, just to add a little color and be different and spunky, is, let me see which color I'm going to go in with. I think I'm going to go in with this color right here. And don't ask me to name it because, geez, these things have so many names. I haven't learned them all yet, and I'm not afraid to say that. Ow. All right. Making sure I have a clean brush. And I'm going to go right over the top just so I have a little bit of highlight. Just a little bit. And I'm going to go right over the top. And even just that little bit. Oh my God, I'm going to have to blend this out. This one came out better. And for my eyeshadows, I'm using dry brushes. For my foundations, I always use the wet sponge or a wet brush. And it's just because it's easier to move around. And right now, I'm just blending those colors together. All right. And now I'm going to take the black liner that I am obsessed with because it's super easy to use. If I can use this with all the shaking in my hands and me not being able to sit still and having arthritis, anyone can do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right on top of the purple, and I will go back, shut up, watch. I will go back over the underneath of it with the purple. Now I could pull my eye out to make sure that I'm doing it right, but I can always go back under, like this way. I'll do it this way. So some of y'all I know will do it this way, so if you want to make sure that it's even, because with dark colors, once you mess up, honey child, you cannot fix that. You got to go back in and start all over, and nobody got time for that. So I'm just going over the purple, not over it, but on top of the purple liner that I did. And let's color this in. We don't want no patches. And today I felt like, see, I made a mess. Today I felt like, usually I put the black on the bottom, but I wanted to put it on the top. So before this dries, I'm gonna get it off. Even me, I am not perfect by any means. So, if you're doing your makeup and you have a question or you feel like a complete buffoon, don't feel like you're alone, because we all do it. That's how we learn. Alright, now, I'm going to go back in here and fix that. And then, what I'm going to do is let that dry. And then I am going to add a little bit more of my color that I made. Once I get my palette out, I'm going to make a little bit more of the first color that I made with the Shinto 2. Alright, and going back to number 6, which is Grape. Open. Alright, and for those of y'all just joining, I am taking our new Enduring Lip Liners. We have Berry Berry, which is number 5, number 6 is Grape, and number 7 is Cabernet. I'm taking the foundation, I just swatched a little right out of the pan, putting it on a piece of paper, and I'm going to take this and I'm just going to mix it in there like I'm drawing or painting. And it's going to create the color that I have on my eyes and my cheeks. And it gets clumpy, so you got to kind of work with it. There we go. Put some more purple on there. And if you wanted to, you could throw the other 2 colors on here. Your face is your palette, and it's the first thing that everybody sees about you, so do what makes you feel comfortable. Do what empowers you to go out and conquer the world, honey. So this is what my liner looks like when I'm done with it. So I always pull it down, use my sanitizer that looks like ass right now because it's totally being used for things other than being a lip liner. But definitely make sure that you're sanitizing your stuff. Even if you're just using it on yourself, I just always sanitize things. I think that's part of me having lupus and not being able to be around a lot of germs. But moving forward, I'm going to take my new mixture that I just made of the first one that we did, and I'm going to just come in here and just go right over that part that I messed up. And right here in the corner. And there you go, it just goes away. So I'm able to mix the same exact color and make it perfect again. I'm going to put a little more right here because it wants to be ignorant and stubborn. And I'm going to put a darker color right here. I'm just going to build it up. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to build to where it makes that nice Prince purple. Build. And again, all of this is lip liner that I have turned into eyeshadow and blush. That's it. Take a little bit more of this lighter color that I used number 7 and Ivory for. Make sure we got enough of that going on. And that's it. So, with my 2 lip liners, only because I wanted 2 different colors, I was able to make a darker color Y'all can see that. Yes, it looks messy, but that's what it's supposed to do. If you're a makeup artist, you know what I'm doing. And this is the lighter color with the, this is the lighter foundation with the darker color, Cabernet. This is a darker foundation with the lighter color. So, there's that. And my eyes are pretty much complete. And you can never have enough purple under your eyes. Whatever color you're using. The other day for softball, I used red colors. And I mixed them up and I came up with an orange and red thing. I did it super quick in the car, so y'all didn't get to see me actually do it, but I will repeat it again. So for right now, I need to put on some mascara, but I'm gonna go ahead and make sure everything is covered and cleaned, and it is. So, perfect mascara. Again, this is a fiber mascara that does not smudge, it doesn't flake, it doesn't clump, it doesn't do any of that fun stuff that all your other mascaras will do. And it goes a very long way. You're not going to see me pumping it a whole bunch. And if you buy this mascara, we recommend that you do not do that, because then you're just oxidizing it. It dries out faster. And you're pushing all the germs that are in the air, especially if you have animals like I do. All their hair gets in there, and then you're putting that crap in your eyes, and that's not cool. I'm just gonna fill that in. There we go. And now I'm just gonna. I don't need a soundtrack.
I had to go outside. There was a lady across the street, and she was doing her yards by herself, so I went out there and helped her.
Very good. Did you bring our trash cans in?
Mama, I'll go do that.
That's the life of a good son. Helping out all the other people.
I'll be right back.
Thank you. Alright. So I am content with my eyes. And I am content with all of my shiny foundation contouring that we did today. I didn't put any powder on my face at all. There is no powder other than that little shimmery part of the eyeshadow that I have on top. Everything that's contoured, which is my entire face, was done by using foundation. I love having so many different colors of foundations, and today I just decided to go ahead and share that with y'all. Why keep it all to myself? This is how your people on TV, your reality stars, your Kardashian, Scandal, all of these different people, I know a lot of makeup artists in the industry, and they're not using powders. Powders wear off, they're matte, they leave your face, you know, not being as glossy as it could be. And this way you have natural contour, you have the difference of the white in between, and have my white tee, and my face is super shiny. Can't go wrong. So, I am going to use, since my eyes are more dark in the middle, I am going to go in with number 5, which is, actually, no, let me use number 7. 5 is going to be too light. As soon as I find out what I did with my number 7, I will let you know.
Anything else you need me to do?
No, babe, that's it.
Okay. Call me if you need me.
Will do. Where did it go? Here it is. All right, so number 7 is the liner that I used to make the lighter color on my eye. And so it is called Cabernet. Yes, like the wine. And I'm just gonna, all right, come down. All right. there you go. I'm going to throw a little gloss on it just so it'll stay longer, but this is the lip liner by itself. You watched me. I didn't do nothing magical. That is how creamy our lip liners are, and that's why we're able to do these other things that we are able to do with them. I need to blend that a little better. But yeah, you got to see it firsthand. That is just lip liner. Just lip liner, that's it. And again, since all of this is creamed and wax based, I can still move it around. If I want to go back in and do more lines, there's a million different combinations that I could still do with my eyes. I could still keep building and adding more different colors and different eyeliners, lip liners if I want to, but I'm content with what it is right now. And I'm going to use Grace. Grace looks super pink, but it's not. Whenever you put it on, it just lays on top of whatever you have going on there, and it'll just make it stand out just enough. So with that lip liner, I've just created a whole new lip color. Lip liner, and I've used the gloss to make it shiny. Now, for the last thing, before I spray my face, people always ask me, how do I cover up the fact that I've lost so much hair? So, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that I went through chemo treatments again earlier this year. I was very, very ill. A lot of my hair would fall out, and it doesn't take much for you to see my scalp, especially right here, because right where it parts, I had to have surgery there, and they had to remove something from my scalp. So, because I care about what I look like, I used to not, but if I'm going to be a makeup artist, I might want to care about what I look like, right? So, what I do is I take this brush right here, which is usually my color blending brush. I use this for blush. I use it for eyeshadow. I use it for whatever I feel like doing at that time. And what I do is I come to my eyeshadow palette and I pick the closest one to my hair color. And in this case, it's antique brown. And I just let my hair go wherever it wants to. And I literally color that shit in. You just color it in, move your hair around. This is a secret. I think it's finally making its way to YouTube, but they do it in Hollywood all the time. Because I had a choice to cut all my hair off or not, and I chose not to. I've done that before. Whenever me and Sarah Pepper did it, actually, at the Hot 95.7 studios a few years back, and it wasn't long after that I was diagnosed with cancer again, and I lost a lot of my hair. So this way, I can pull my hair over, I can pull it up if I want, and even if I still want more coverage, then I just go back in there and I add the coverage that I want. But usually you don't catch me with my hair up. I keep it down, and I can put this down, and all the way you cannot tell that I'm missing so much hair. Normally I would do back here as well, but not for today, because I'm not going anywhere. I'm just doing this for y'all. All right, so that's my hair. That's my hair trick. I don't want people thinking that I'm putting stuff on my hair that I'm not. And if you have any questions about anything that I've done today, again, the final look, this is all lip liners. I used lip liners number 6. All right, not number 5. We're going to put you back. Number 6 and number 7 from our new line. These two right here. And I just mix them with my normal everyday colors. And that's why it's a little dug out. This is my foundation. That's why it's a little dug out, to mix it with these two and created these different colors that you see on my eye. And then I took a little with my finger just to match my cheeks to my eyes and my lips. Number 7, Cabernet. I did my lip liner and it's so smooth that I just creamed it out. And then I just put a little gloss on there so that it is flawless. And there's something that's bothering me about my eye, so I'm going to come in here and fix it real quick. There we go. This eye. There we go. That was bothering me. Even one little thing will just drive me insane. All right. So that's the tutorial for today, using foundation for contouring. And then you got a double feature because I taught you how to use your lip liners with your foundation that we used for contouring to create eyeshadows. If I wanted to, I could go into my eyebrows with one of these pencils and just give it a little kick. And then of course I used the color on my lips is Cabernet Lip Liner. And I just used a little bit of Grace lip gloss on top. So my name is Teresa, if you haven't figured that out by now. And thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions about what I did, I know it's a lot to take in, but again, for those of y'all just joining, I do not have any powders of any sort on my face. I did not contour with powders. I didn't put any highlighting powders. My eyeshadow is not powders, with the exception of the one that's up here just to highlight. All of this was done with a lip liner. Our lip liner, our new lip liners, I'm completely obsessed with. And these two lip liners mixed with my foundation created these different dimensioned colors that you see. And if you want to know what us makeup artists do, this is what it looks like. So, for example, I'm doing 2 one-on-ones on Sunday that I'm super stoked about. I will then have my parchment paper. I just need to go to Hobby Lobby and get it. But I will, on one side, create my palette, and I will first I will color match them. I'll create a palette of colors for them that I'm going to use on the wax side. And then, like tattoo paper, like carbon paper, I'm going to, on the other side, it's like actual paper like this. And then at the end, whenever I'm leaving them and I say, thank you, can I have your picture? I'm going to post it on Facebook for my portfolio. They walk away with a clean sheet of paper that has all of the products that I used. And if they want to purchase those products, of course, I leave them my business card. And that's it. So if you live in my area, I mean, these people are my girls. They live in Pasadena. I'll be in Pasadena on Sunday doing one-on-ones at my friend Shannon's house. It's super simple. And like for this look right here, all they would have to purchase is these 2 liners and foundation. That's all they'd have to do, and they'd have full coverage. They'd have the contouring, and that's it. And I mean, if they wanted to continue to use whatever mascara they have, they could, but I mean, that would be the only other purchase. So that is the tutorial for today. After I do my podcast later tonight, I need to put my finishing spray on. And this is the lights are always so bright in here. It's primarily for my podcast. It's 10 years younger, and it has everything has natural products, but basically it just keeps everything nice and tight and where it's supposed to go. And we just do an X and then a T, and it gets in my mouth because I can't shut up. And that's that. It takes like 15-30 seconds to dry, and then this makeup will be looking good for the next 16 hours, and I won't have to retouch it. I won't have to do anything to it. So that's that. So if you have bald spots, fill it in with eyeshadows or blushes or anything that you want that you can get to match whatever color hair you have. That is how I do mine. And I've gotten so used to it, and people are so used to it. Most of the time it doesn't even bother me unless I'm going somewhere. The natural shine that's on my face comes from my skincare regimen, but primarily it is due to One Drop Wonder and Must Do. And it's not done by makeup. Y'all saw me. My face is covered in foundation. But the Must Do and the Sotox and the One Drop Wonder have brought the vitality back to my skin. So that's it. My name is Teresa DeLeon, and if you would like to book any one-on-ones or you want to book a party, just let me know, and I will see y'all tomorrow for another tutorial. Mwah, mwah, mwah.